Hey, folks, y'all see the title. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Shout out to my emoji gang and to all the new subscribers and the ones that's been with me for a while as well. I figured it's easier for me to do this like this because I said it in the video, 2 videos actually, and I forgot. I'm like, hey, dummy, why don't you give an example to well, you may as well just say to, to show the worth of what you're saying. Okay. Make it be seen. No problem. We'll get that right now. Let's go. Now, let me pull up the video that I made. Let's see. Okay. It was originally in 2018 when I made this, but I just re-uploaded it again due to, Massive Dynamic, the original channel being gone. And you see the title, Jim Crow Laws, Defiant Whites, Freedom Riders, and the Aftermath. And I don't mind pushback. I don't, because, I can stand on my square. If I say it, if I say something and say, well, I don't have anything to substantiate this, but if you hear me say that then is, of course, that's open season. But when I don't say that, that means I'm already have something pretty much rock locked and stocked in. So anyway, let me go ahead and move myself out of the way so we can go ahead and get this going. Now, if you don't know, if you're watching this and you haven't seen this video, I'll put it in the DNC. Yeah, they admitted they didn't put. Oh,
apology anyway. That's an open-handed, but laws, most people will.
Let me try to find a spot here. I know it's coming up here. I know it when I see it. Jim Crow, the history. Jumping Jim Crow, Mr. Rice. His last name was Rice. Thomas Dartmouth Rice was the person that the Jim Crow character was.
That's where that was going to get on the minstrel circuit.
Here it is. It's close. I know I'm close. Let's let it. I know I'm close. Let's see.
Splitting hairs. Jim Crow laws wasn't meant. Well, the byproduct was it kept black people out of certain things. But the main thing it was wrote for was to keep white people in check. The white people that didn't want to follow the mainstream mantra of the day. Okay, y'all free. Damn it, you're free. But you ain't going to be free because we're going to put in laws where you can't use this and you can't go here and you can't do this and you can't do this.
Yeah.
So you ain't a slave, but you're an outcast.
That's right.
Now, why would they put that law in place if, here's the thing, why would we put that speed limit sign up on this Lone County rules that the region. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people don't know the Jim Crow law just wasn't for blacks. I ain't going to tell you who else it was for. I'm going to let y'all look it up to the ones that don't know. But, and I'll leave it at that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
But anyway, but the main target all through history that's been shoved in front of when you see Jim Crow was black people. I will concede that.
I'll concede that as well, Mr. Taylor. Now that we got that, we're going to go from that to this. Now, here's a story. A lot of people may not have heard it. Some people might have heard it. This is just but one example, okay, of one of the people that the Jim Crow laws was meant to tamp down, and it didn't do so. I gave names of 3 families in that video. They went through it. Family got beat up, they burned down, torched messed with their crops, all kind of stuff, threatened the children. I mean, just all kind of stuff. But like what's his name said, not Ross Barnett, I think it was Theodore Bilbo, where they said, well, I didn't tell the people to do that to those white people. They said, but wait a minute, you're on record for saying that killing one ninja lover is the equivalent of killing 50 ninjas. Well, yeah, I said that, but I don't mean that anyone had that. That's don't count. Anyway, splitting hairs. I get it. Look, let's go. This is, I'm not praising anybody, because you know how it is. Normally you got 3 camps. You got the pro camp, the con camp, and they tend to be the extremes. The majority of everybody else is caught in the middle, because there's a lot of people like, I don't believe in this Jim Crow crap, but what am I gonna do? You know, non-black, you know, and some were adamantly out against it. Some was adamantly for it. We know that. That's how it got into play. But you can go back and look at the votes and look at the percentage of who voted for what. And how, I mean, when something passed with only 32% of the population voting, hey, I mean, it's still a pass. A win's a win. I get it. But anyway, let's go ahead and just roll through this right fast. We ain't going to be here long. I'll leave the link if you want to see it. This is the guy that founded the Green Frog, which turned, also Red Lobster, and then turned into the Olive Garden. And here's now I'm going to say funny. It's nothing funny about it. The Darden group, the Darden food group, turned out later on to end up having a black CEO. He stepped down a while ago. Very vocal and adamant political in the political process of things in the United States too. He's another one of those black people that white liberals will label a neocon if you don't follow the Democrat talking points. But anyway, I'm not gonna get into there. I'll throw his picture up, but I'll throw his picture up. But that's another story topic for another day. Basically, this guy here, Bill Darden, opened a restaurant, the Green Frog, in Georgia. And y'all know Georgia was a hotbed. Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina, Louisiana, Arkansas. Florida, yeah, they had their problems as much as the others. Yeah, nah. South Carolina, yeah, with I'm having with, oh man, he was raising hell about this pork barrel barbecue and all this other crap. Fritz Hollings, god dang it. The lunch counter sit-in thing, where it went, with the lunch counter sit-in and the guys getting that was South Carolina. That was Fritz Hollings. He was the governor then. But anyway, all that, I got videos and all that stuff. Anybody want to find it, they can look for it. Is here. And it is available on other people besides me too. But anyway, he opened the restaurants and he had tables welcome for everyone. He's the founder of Red Lobster and Olive Garden restaurants. Opened the first restaurant with a tagline, "Service with a hop." His defiance against local segregation laws was at the time where practically all businesses, jail cells, mental hospitals, blah, 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 was segregated. He grew. They said his restaurants is off the hook, just blew up. And he refused to follow the Jim Crow laws. He let anybody eat. He didn't segregate his restaurants. He didn't segregate his employees. And people, but guess what? He didn't make his money just off of black people going there. That means white people was still going too. I ain't trying to be funny saying, that you in the South back then, you wasn't going to make it, just off of trying to make the money off the black people, because you go under. So apparently white people was still going too. They didn't care that he had a segregated restaurant. But the authorities did, but he didn't. And apparently neither did his restaurant goers, to the point where he got so big that he started Red Lobster and then later on the Olive Garden. So this is one example. I got a couple of them more too, but I figure I would use this one because everybody in first world countries have heard of the Olive Garden and Red Lobster. So that's why I'm using this one, because I got another one that's a trucking company and another that's no longer in business. The son took over after the dad died, and it, how that, but that can go with anybody. That, and another one was a furniture manufacturing place, and we don't hardly manufacture crap here anymore. So he probably would have got rolled under anyway. But most people haven't heard of them. So I figure I'd use this one, because when you hear Red Lobster, everybody heard of Red Lobster. Olive Garden, everybody heard of Olive Garden. I've never been to Red Lobster in my life. Never. I know you may find that hard, but I've never been to Red Lobster in my life. I went to Olive Garden once because it was a function, and that's where it was being held at. That's the only reason I've been to that Olive Garden at one time that I have. But anyway, that's it. There's the man himself. Like I said, then later on, after he passed, the CEO of his restaurant group was a black man. So there you go. Anyway, tell me what you think. Tell me what you think, folks. Rate, comment, share, and subscribe. Where am I at? There I am. Oop, I'm behind my own logo. What am I doing? Move up, son. Can we move up a little more? There we go. Bye.